So, hello and yes, welcome back to another video, guys. Now, yeah, that's right. Doing my complete Doctor Who Blu Ray collection today, although there is one DVD in there at the end. I've really been wanting to make this video for a while now, and it's just been finding the right time because there's always something up for pre-order when it comes to Doctor Who, and at the minute there's nothing. So I thought, right, let's do it now before something pops up again and I'll have to go, right, I'll have to wait till that comes out. Now, of course, I don't own everything. I haven't got the DVD collection that come out of all the classic Who. There is going to be a mix of classic and modern Who in here for people. So yeah, but there's a couple old classic Who episodes which have been put out on Blu-ray which I haven't bought, like Spearhead from Space has been put out. They just put I've forgotten the name of it already. It's the one with the Maracle, which looks awesome, by the way. But I'm not that not that they're going to do any second Doctor seasons. I don't think. I'm kind of hoping that maybe they'll do like a big box set, maybe the second Doctor eventually, or something I can buy. Because that's what I've been doing with the classic Who. Of course, they've been releasing these old box sets. We got 3 of them out in a minute, which I've picked up, which are awesome. But anyway, so a little bit of background on me and Doctor Who. Classic Doctor Who, I don't know loads about it. I've only got into Doctor Who since they've been reissuing these complete season box sets, because it just seems like such a good way to get into it, and it's got me into classic Who really well. In terms of modern Who, I am one of the people who have actually been there since the word go. I watched Rose live. I was, when did that air? 2005, so I must have been about 8, maybe. I remember I was sleeping around my grandparents who were like, yeah, they brought back this old show, it's starting tonight. It's called Doctor Who. You probably like it, because I love Star Wars. I like sci-fi. You'll probably like it. Watch it with us, see what you think. So he sat me down. We watched Rose when it aired, loved it, and I've been watching Who ever since. So I've been a fan for the whole 14 years. I believe it was actually 14 years 2 days ago that episode aired. So I've been watching it for 14 years. I've been a fan ever since it come back. So yeah, very exciting stuff. Nevertheless, I've got a huge stack of Blu-rays here that I want to go over, that I want to talk about. I'm going to go in order of like air. So I'm going to do Classic Who first, then we're going to go into Modern Who Series 1, 2, 3, and so on. So anyway, the first one up, the oldest Doctor Who item I have, is the complete Series 12. This is Tom Baker's first season, the debut season of most people's favourite Doctor. Yeah, this got incredibly rare. I don't know if the BBC weren't expecting to sell many of these, but literally I bought this on release day. I didn't pay silly money for this. And it just shot up in price, which is ridiculous how much it goes for now. But anyway, I'm happy to have a copy myself. And these box sets are beautiful. I'm not going to spend too much time on these because I have unboxed all of these here on this channel. So if you want to see these, there's 3 of them at a minute, these classic boxes in more detail, go check out my video on them. But yeah, so they're really cool. They're all the same. You get a little book in here. This little pouch unfolds, and then in there is a little book, which is really nice. So then you got the episode Robot, which was really cool. Really enjoyed that episode. The Ark in Space, which I also really enjoyed. The Centauran Experiment. Genesis of the Daleks, which I believe is the most loved Doctor Who episode ever. And Revenge of the Cybermen, which I liked as well. And then a bonus disc. Do people not like that episode that much, Revenge of the Cybermen? I see a lot of people kind of joking about that one online and stuff. I quite enjoyed it. But nevertheless, that is a beautiful box there. And yeah, very, very happy to own that one. So we'll put that there. That's not going to fall off, is it? Should be good. Should be good. I hope it doesn't fall off. So next up is, of course, the most recent release. This only came out about 2 weeks ago. I'm currently watching this right now. I'm only 3 episodes in, I think. So this is the complete 18th season, Tom Baker's last season. And this is my favourite cover yet. I love this. This is beautiful. And then it's the back. Again, this one and the other one I have is a bit thicker because there's more episodes in here. Which is really cool. So in here, same thing, we've got a little book in there. So we've got The Leisure Hive, which I watched. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't a big fan of that one. But then we got Megalos, which I did enjoy. Full Circle, which I also thought was quite good. And then whatever episode goes here is currently in my play. I'm watching it right now. So then I haven't seen these ones yet. But we got Warrior's Gate, Keeper of Traken, and then Logopolis or something like that. I'm probably butchering that. But we also get in here K9 and Company, the one episode that aired. And oh yes, all of these have at the back as well. Let me see if I can get this out quickly. At the back of all these boxes, you also have behind the last disc a picture of the Doctor. It's very cool, very cool. I'm going to pop that disc back in. So yeah, very nice. This is still gettable on Amazon right now. Probably recommend picking these up before they get expensive, like the season 12 box. But yeah, absolutely love it. That's my favourite box so far out of the 3. And then here is the third one. So this is the complete season 19. Peter Davison, of course. I've heard many rumours that the next ones are going to be John Pertwee and then Sylvester McCoy. Very cool. It's the back of that one. And yeah, same sort of thing. You've got your book in there. And then here we got the episodes. Castronova, which I thought was okay. Fall to Doomsday, which I also thought was okay. The Kinder, which I quite enjoyed. The Visitation, which I thought was alright. Black Orchid, which I really enjoyed. It's a shame that one was one of the short ones. Earthshock, which I thought was awesome. Really enjoyed that. And then Time Flight, which I also really enjoyed. Basically, the way I sum this season up is it just gets a lot better as it goes on, in my opinion. Started off a bit weak, this one. It really just got really good near the end. But yeah, that's really cool. And that's my Classic Who sets there. I am really enjoying Classic Who. It's very entertaining. And if you're kind of like me, where you really just know Modern Who, I'd say give it a go, honestly. Because if you can look past, obviously, the low budgets and whatnot, it's still entertaining stuff. It's a good story. It's Doctor Who. Okay, so just before we get to Modern Who, we've got kind of in-between Who, I like to call it. And that is the TV movie, Paul McGann. Which is really cool. Of course, he's one of the 3 Doctors I've actually met. So it's pretty cool to own this. It's nice to have be able to say I've met this Doctor. But yeah, I think the movie's okay. It is what it is. Paul McGann is a fantastic Doctor, one of the best. So it's such a shame that he got so short-changed on it. But yeah, the movie itself's okay. It's watchable. Too Americanised. Okay, next up, going into Modern Who, I've got this. This is the complete season 1 through 7 Blu-ray box set. So it's really cool. So in here it has a complete series 1 through 4. Then it has the complete specials. And then 5, 6, 7 on Blu-ray. And it's this fantastic box. Got all of the episodes on the bottom. There's so much in there. Oh no, it's not the episode, sorry. It's just the main features of each season and whatnot. So the lift just pulls off. There you go. And then inside, bam. I don't think I've ever got so much use out of a box set. I pull this box out way too often. So if I pop it up here. So first up, of course, we got Series 1 with Christopher Eccleston, which is probably my 3rd favourite season of Doctor Who. I'd probably go 3, 4 and 1 are like the top seasons for me. I really enjoyed them. This was a fantastic series. It has potentially one of my all-time favourites in Dalek. The Empty Child and the Doctor Dances is also incredible. And the finale is amazing. So then we got Series 2, which is the debut of my personal favourite Doctor, Mr. David Tennant. as the 10th Doctor. And Series 2 wasn't amazing, but I think it had some of the best episodes at the same time. I felt a lot of its individual episodes were not great. It had a couple really good ones, though, like The Girl in the Fireplace. But then the two-parters in Series 2 were amazing. I mean, you had Rise of the Cybermen and Age of Steel, which was incredible. You had The Impossible Planet and Satan's Pit, which was also amazing. Then you had Army of Ghosts and Doomsday, which was just absolutely incredible. Each disc also, or each series also comes with these cards, and then all the episodes on. The episodes are also written on the discs as well. So, if you're not super familiar with Doctor Who and you buy this set, don't worry. If you need to find an episode, it's not that hard. Then we got Series 3, which I think is my favourite season. It's between this and 4. 3 starts off a bit wobbly. Still has some good stuff. Like, I really like the first episode. I mean, well, it's got the Runaway Bride in. And it's got Smith and Jones, which I really enjoyed. It's got a couple weak episodes. This season took a little bit of time to get going, but then when it got going, it got amazing. Because back to back, you have my personal favourite episode of Doctor Who ever, Human Nature and the Family of Blood, which I thought was incredible. Then you have Blink, which was awesome. And then you have the amazing triple-parter Utopia, The Sound of Drums, and Last of the Time Lords, which I also thought were just amazing. Amazing stuff. So yeah, really enjoyed that season. Fantastic stuff. Then we got Series 4, which I think also could be my favourite. It's so hard to pick between 3 and 4 for me. This is amazing. It's such a good season. And yeah, in here you've just got so much. There's an extra disc in here, so I have to take this out. But yeah, I don't even know how to describe this season because there's not a bad episode on it. It opens up my favourite Christmas special from Doctor Who as well. Voyage of the Damned. And yeah, it's so cool. It's the most epic finale Doctor Who's ever had as well. Doctor Who always likes to try and have these epic finales. And I've never done it as well as Series 4. I think just bringing everyone back and having such high stakes of the Daleks completely moving Earth. Incredible. Really good storytelling there. And then my favourite era of Doctor Who comes to an end with the specials. And this is a really nice little set here as well, actually. Each episode's got its own disc in here. So, first off, we've got The Next Doctor, which was a really good Cyberman story. David Morrissey was very good in that episode. Then we have Planet of the Dead, which people really hate on. I think it's alright. It's not that bad. Then we got The Waters of Mars, which is just incredible. And this is like the only thing in this entire box set that annoys me. As these two episodes are back to back, I wish they had been put on the same disc, but they're not. Anyway, so we got The End of Time Part 1 and The End of Time Part 2. So very cool. And that brings us to the end of Mr. David Tennant's era, and we now go into the Matt Smith, Stephen Moffat era. And here is season 5, which I really enjoyed. This is hands down Moffat's best season and Matt Smith's best season. Opens up with this fantastic episode, The 11th Hour. Really enjoyed. Really enjoyed. And there's some really good episodes in this one. Vincent and the Doctor is the best episode in this season, in my opinion. And I really don't think there's a bad episode in here. There's a couple weak ones. Vampires of Venice is a bit weak. The Beast Below is a little bit weak. And to be honest, I might get a bit slaughtered for this in the comments. But I think the finale is a bit weak as well. But other than that, it's a very good season. And then we've got Series 6, which was when Doctor Who started to show signs of it weakening. And I'm not a huge fan of this season. It's good, but it's nothing more than that, really. I wouldn't dare say it's on the same level as what we've already just gone over. It's a very Moffat-heavy season in terms of his structuring. It has an amazing Christmas special opening it up, though. Christmas Carol, probably my second favourite Christmas special. There's some terrible stuff in here though, like the Curse of the Black Spot. I think is appalling. I like the double parter, the Rebel Flesh, and the Almost People. Good Man Goes to War is really good. Let's Kill Hitler is another terrible one for me. The Girl Who Waited is really weird. The God Complex, I did enjoy that. And yeah, there's still some good stuff in here. And I'll quickly show you the discs. So yeah, there's still some cool stuff in here, that's for sure. And then of course, finally, at the end of this box set, we've got Series 7. I really like how each season's different in Moffat's era. Season 5 is your classic adventure Doctor Who. Series 6 is this one epic story. Series 7, each episode in here feels like a movie. Series 8 kind of goes back to big, like Series 5, adventure-ish. Series 9 is your double parters, and Series 10 is your reboot season. So I really like how each season does have a different feel. And some of these episodes do feel very epic, I must say. Some of them don't work on this big scale, though. But nevertheless, there's some very cool stuff in here. My personal favourite is Asylum of the Daleks. The Angels Take Manhattan. I also like The Name of the Doctor, which closes the season, starring Mr. Richard E. Grant. And you know what? I like the Ice Warrior episode in here, which is called Cold War. Some people really bash on that one. I don't mind it. I think it's quite good. I'd still rather watch it over the Ice Warrior one we got in Series 10 myself. But yeah, so there's the box set, which really covers a lot of my Doctor Who collection. It's fine. It's fine. And now we're going to move outside the box set. So, of course, the next item up is the 50th anniversary. This is the Dagger Dog. So this is where Mr. David Tennant returned. It got me so incredibly happy. This was a great time for Doctor Who. We got to see John Hurt as the Doctor as well, the War Doctor, which was great. Paul McGann returned for a short, which I also thought was very, very fun. They also done a special which aired just before this called An Adventure in Time and Space, which I have not put out on Blu-ray here for reasons unknown. Starring Mr. David Bradley as the first Doctor, William Hartnell, who reprised his role later on in Doctor Who, as we'll see. Another man who I was very lucky to meet at one of my Comic-Con adventures. But yeah, so this was a really cool episode. It really was. It was classic Doctor Who, fantastic, and yeah, it was fun to get this epic Doctor Who episode. And then, of course, Matt Smith's era Doctor Who comes to an end. I was very sad to see Matt go. And Time of the Doctor is, I think, still my... no. I was going to say it's my favourite final episode for a modern Doctor. But I think I still will give that one to Christopher Eccleston. But nevertheless, we now go into the next era of Doctor Who. Mr. Peter Capaldi. Now, this is the only season... No, there's two. There's two seasons of Doctor Who which I generally don't really like, and this is unfortunately one of them. Apologies to fans of this season. There are episodes here which just don't flow very well for me, although I absolutely love Peter as the Doctor. I think he portrayed the role fantastically, and he gets way too much of a harsh time. I really enjoy him. So yeah, let's have a look at this season. Let's have a look. So it was really cool because this was a brand new era kind of for Doctor Who. It felt very different, and I like this little set. It's not super nice. Like to read the episodes, half of them are unreadable. You have to take the disc out. Nevertheless, I like Deep Breath. I thought that was a good episode. But then you've got Into the Dalek, which I didn't like. I hated Robots of Sherwood. Didn't really like... no, Listen was okay. Time Heist was a bit of a waste of time. Caretaker I didn't like. Kill the Moon I really didn't like. Mummy on the Orient Express was good. I think people overrate it a bit though, because it's in such a weak season. Flatline was a bit bleh. In the Forest of the Night is my least favourite episode of Doctor Who ever. Dark Water and Death in Heaven were good though. So it ended well. Really enjoy Missy as the Master. Probably my favourite incarnation version of the Master that I've seen. I haven't seen the first version of the Master, which everyone raves about in the John Pertwee era. Which most people say is the definitive Master, which I'm sure, I don't doubt people's opinions on that. Hopefully I'll be able to see that soon if they release a John Pertwee set with one of his episodes in. Next is season 9, which is probably the most hated season of Doctor Who after the latest season. I personally like this season. I think this is good. I'll explain why as I go through this set, because this is a really beautiful set as well, I want to add. So here it is. You've got the cover there, the Doctor and Davros, Clara on the back. And then you open it up and you get this little leaflet book that falls out with some amazing artwork on it. Amazing. Looks like classic Who. Fantastic. And then yeah, it opens up like so. So you got a double part with the Daleks at the start, which I found really entertaining, especially the second part. Also enjoyed Last Christmas as well. I want to add that. That was the Christmas episode, which you had just before. And then you got Under the Sea and Before the Flood, which I thought was an excellent double-parter. I loved it. The Girl Who Waited and The Woman Who Lived is definitely one of the weaker moments of this season. Real shame because it's starring Maisie Williams, who I'm a big fan of. Then, I'm not a fan of this either. You've got the Zygon Invasion and then the Zygon Invasion. It's just, like, when they've done The End of Time for David Tennant's last episodes, they at least put part 1 and part 2. This is just the same on both. Find that a bit lazy. But they were quite good. Sleep No More is bad. It's a bad episode. But then we got Face the Raven, which I found very entertaining. Very entertaining. Then we got Heaven Sent, which is one of the best episodes ever. And then we got Hellbent, which is it's okay. People say it's like the worst episode ever. I really don't believe that. I really believe there are worse Doctor Who episodes out there. It's not great, but it's not as bad as people make out. And then we're going into Series 10, which I found myself very disappointed in. I didn't dislike it. This was a good season. But I found it's not as epic as it should have been. But I love this cover. I think this is one of the best covers, if not the best cover Doctor Who's ever had. It's a shame that with this Blu-ray they went really cheap. It is literally just so plain. You get these 3D art cards. You get 4 of them, which are just, you know, very pointless, very average. But then this is it. Compared to the big sets that I've just shown for Series 8 and 9, Series 10 is just this lazy, awful set. Which is such a shame because Doctor Who's always had cool sets. And poor Peter, once again, getting a bit of a short straw here, which he does not deserve. But nevertheless, Series 10, I still enjoyed it. The finale was fantastic. One of the best finales Doctor Who's had. Potentially the best finale since Series 4, I'd say. And then, of course, the end of Peter Capaldi's era here with Twice Upon a Time. Guest starred Mr. David Bradley, of course, as the Third Doctor. So yeah, very, very cool. And this was quite a good episode. It wasn't as epic again as I wanted it to be. But yeah, it was still a fun watch. Still enjoyable. And I loved Peter's little speech before he regenerated. Then of course we go into the most controversial Doctor Who series ever. It's very much The Last Jedi of the Doctor Who universe. It's the complete 11th season. Yeah, I know there's people who are going to spam me in the comments telling me why have I bought this because they hate it so much. You know what? I didn't really like this season either. I'm not going to lie. But I still like Doctor Who, and there's a couple episodes in here which I found enjoyable, so I still wanted to own it. So that's why I bought it. Okay? I accept that you hate it. Many people do. I don't hate it. I just don't really like it. I found it very disappointing. A very weak season of Doctor Who. It felt very un-Doctor Who-ish. Which I don't blame Jodie for. In no way do I blame her. It's all down to the writers and Mr. Chibnall. Nevertheless, this is a very nice Blu-ray set. Very nice. And this opens up. It opens up again. And it opens up again. And it opens up again. Look at that. That is beautiful. And you flip it round. You get a little book. You got discs with all the same artwork on. But hey ho, you got some artwork behind here as well. So yeah, there were three episodes in this series that I liked. Which kind of matches Series 8, to be fair. Well, not quite. I think there's another, like, Series 8's got one episode on this or something. I liked the opening episode. I liked Rosa. And I liked Kablam. I thought they were good episodes. The rest of that series, whatever. Yeah, I got this pretty much for free with my points in HMV. Resolution. I really, really didn't like this episode. I literally, as I say, I got this for free, pretty much. I was like, you know what, I'll take it for my Doctor Who collection, so I'm still up to date. But yeah, I really didn't like this episode. But anyway, I've done it, and this is. I love my Doctor Who collection, I do. But then there's this one, which I always feel a bit guilty about buying, because whereas I can say there's bits in each of these that I love, or some of them I love it all, you know. I'm pretty much all the way up to Matt Smith leaving. I really enjoy everything there. And then even the weak seasons that I've got at the top here, there's still entertainment in there. There's no entertainment in this one for me. So I feel really guilty that I bought this. Well, I used some points on it. But nevertheless, I did it anyway, because I wanted to be up to date. But I own it. Yeah. So there it is, Resolution. But now I'm going to quickly take a look at my Doctor Who spin-offs. So I got 3, 2 of which are on Blu-ray, 1 of which is DVD. So the first one up is Torchwood. I love Torchwood. Didn't really watch much of this when it aired. I only watched a few episodes. But I bought this about 3-4 years ago and binge-watched it all. And yeah, very entertaining stuff. It's decent box. Let's have a look. Found series 1 and 2 just typical Doctor Who if they could get a higher rating. And then series 3 and 4 were where it really picked up, I found. So you got season 1. And then yeah, the episode's all the same in here. And then we've got series 2, which I enjoyed this more because there were a lot more stakes. You didn't know where characters were going, who was dead and who was alive, kind of thing. It was cool. The best season of Torchwood, Miracle Day, is basically one giant film. It's 5 episodes. Peter Capaldi also is in it. Not playing the Doctor, funny enough. So yeah, Peter Capaldi actually exists 3 times in this universe. In the episode of series 4 where they're in Pompeii, the Doctor obviously, and he is the Prime Minister. Is he the Prime Minister? I don't think he is. I can't remember. And then we got Miracle Day, which I also really enjoyed. This was a great giant story, which I really enjoyed. Some people didn't, but I just found this captivated me so much. And I think for that reason, I have to say I really liked it. It's a shame that I'm not doing a series 5 because it kind of ended on a cliffhanger, which I was really excited about. So yeah, Torchwood. And then we've got Class, which was the series spin-off around series 9 time of Doctor Who. Peter Capaldi pops up in the very first episode. I literally only watched the first episode because I thought it was terrible. And everyone told me that it didn't get any better. So this is the only Doctor Who item that I haven't watched. So I probably should watch it, but everyone tells me it's awful. So, and then the very last thing up is something I also used to watch as a kid. I watched all of this until it was cancelled for obvious reasons. The Sarah Jane Adventures. I remember watching this when it aired, and I fell in love with it. When I was a kid, I used to love the Slovene because I was a kid, okay, before people start hating on me. And I was so happy when they came into this. And as a kid, I loved like characters like the Slovene, the Jadunas, Santarans, and Sarah Jane was just pinching them because they were so suited for this style, for this age group as well that this show's aimed at. So yeah, I got a lot of entertainment out of this show because it really feels like David Tennant's Hero Doctor Who. Well, it aired at that time, obviously. And then yeah, unfortunately ended when the actress who plays Sarah Jane, Elizabeth Slaton, unfortunately passed away, which was great sadness, really was. And yeah, so you've got pretty much 4 seasons in there. It says 5, but the 5th season's only like 3 episodes because she died as they were making it, I believe. But yeah, that's the only DVD item I have to show there. They haven't put this out on Blu-ray, which I'm surprised at. Maybe they will one day. But nevertheless, that is it for this video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. That is my entire Doctor Who Blu-ray collection. There's nothing up for pre-order yet at the minute that I'm getting, so I thought I'd do it now. Although I don't think it'll be long till the next Classic Who box pops up for pre-order. Fingers crossed it's John Pertwee. I'm pretty confident it will be. But nevertheless, that is it for this video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it as always. Please hit that subscribe button, like the video, leave a message, and I'll see you guys next time for another video. Bye-bye.